Next up is certificates. We are relying on the mod course certificate, like the plugin that Moodle itself, or more precisely the workplace team, has kindly contributed to Moodle. So this is relying on the mod course certificate activity, which is available free of charge. You just go to the Moodle plugin DB and download it, and it's a really great plugin. So if you haven't tried it before, I can highly recommend it. Again, same thing. First variant, we are showing the certificates that have been issued in this course for that user. And I've got a means to download the certificate from here, of course, only if I have access to that. So I wouldn't be able to download, for example, this one here if I'm just logged in as a participant. But given that Dash is just like a report or just like something that queries the database and displays information, you can display information in most cases independent of the permissions that users have. So Dash is really an admin tool, a power user tool, so be aware of that. You have to make sure that you only show the information that you want to show. The second variant would be a more appropriate example if you want to really make that available to students, and that is that here I'm showing all the certificates that I have received, like me as the user that is currently logged in, with the issued date, the underlying course, and the course image. This is, I think, worth mentioning because I've seen all kinds of implementations in various themes as how to display certificates. And we recently came up with the idea that we could, instead of having a fake icon for a certificate or some fixed image, we could simply rely on the course image. So the idea that we had here was that usually there's only one certificate per course anyway. So if we just show the course image and call it certificate, then we thought we're pretty much good to go. So this is basically showing you that I've completed the compliance course and earned a certificate on that date, which is, I think, reasonable and helpful information in many cases. If I look at my demo page again here, my main demo page, I'm not sure if I actually have the certificate plugin installed there. So let's just do it on this page instead. So I'm just logging in as the administrator, so I can directly go to the certificates activity here and show you what the configuration options actually are. So here in the section, I've selected a grid layout relying on the course certificates data source. And I'm using the course image as a link in the image URL, and I'm using the issued date from the certificates module and the full name of the course as the subheading. I could use various other bits and pieces of information, but that's what I've done here. So in order to make this hopefully more interesting, let's create a new one so that I can show you exactly how to set this up. So I'm calling this now variant 3, and I'm using the course certificates data source. And then I'm sticking with the table layout for the second, because there you see all the available fields, which is actually quite a few of them. So we've got the information from the certificate itself. So we can, for example, say we want to have the certificate template's name, the issue date, the expiry date, and the status, which would be valid or expired, for example. You can have a button to download the certificate, to view the certificate. You have all the information from the course. You have information from the course completion, so you can even indicate the date that the course was completed, the number of activities that were completed. You can provide a progress bar, so you can really use this for a different use case as well. Then the course category, and then the user object with all the additional custom profile data. So in my case, I would like to show a grid of, I'm just making up an example so that I can show you how it's done, with, let's say, with the user pictures, and I want to have the issue date, and I want to have as a subheading, I want to have the course full name, and then I want to have the user's full name as a heading. And then I'm going into the conditions and I'm saying users I manage. So these would be all the users that I'm associated with. And I hope that I actually have enough users that already have a certificate. If not, I'm going to change the condition in a second. Once I save, I see that I don't have any team member that has already completed a certificate. So let me remove the users I manage condition for now and then just show all the users. And then you see that I have completed the compliance course at that date. Demo has completed the compliance course on that date, and Frischer has completed the compliance course on that date. And the idea behind this is that you can use this to monitor your team's progress when it comes to like one of the most important things, and that is whether they have a certificate which is valid. So I can add more information, like for example the expiry date and the status, and maybe even something like the view certificate. And then I've got all that information here, which might be a nice addition to something like a team manager's or a line manager's dashboard. So that's just a few examples that we can build with a certificate activity. And as such, I'm marking this as done.